Hey, what is going on, you guys? It is Mr. No Sleep here from Old School RuneScape, and welcome to a brand new video for you all today. So today I bring you guys loot from 3,000 Terror Dogs, released into the game January 22nd, 2007. These Terror Dogs truly do stand apart from the normal dogs in RuneScape. At level 100 and 110, this terrifying dog beast requires 40 Slayer to kill, and it's also the only monster in the whole game that drops the infamous Granite Helmet. So for this video, as always, all kills were tracked in the Slayer Ring log, but before we get started, we do have some words from our very supportive sponsor, Raid Shadow Legends. So I've been playing Raid for close to a year now, and still to this day, my favorite thing about it is all of the champions that you can collect and personally customize. For example, here I am on the PC version of Raid because it is both mobile and PC friendly, and with that ancient shard, I did summon a new champion to add to my collection, the Ironclad. With hundreds of champions to collect over time, such as the Ironclad or even this one here, as well as the millions of players who play Raid every month, it's no surprise that Raid has seen over 25 million downloads so far. With such devotion to bringing in new players and such an outstanding community on Reddit, Discord, Facebook, YouTube, and even Twitch. All of those sites mentioned is where you can meet other players, help build your clan up, and learn more about the game in general if you ever have any questions. With a lot to learn and so much to explore, and just look at the insane graphics there. Also, since we mentioned champions earlier, they just added champion fragments, which lets you collect pieces of champions that you could use to summon specific ones, with a special event running right now to get the amazing Horden. There's also a new bazaar where you can load up on high value items with the gold bars that you win in the tag arena, and they just extended the daily login rewards up to 270 days, with free champions available just for logging in. It's been a crazy month for updates, so there's never been a better time to start. And if you do decide to play, you can find me in-game under the name Mr. No Sleep, and if you are quick enough, you can even join my clan. So what are you waiting for, guys? Go to the video description below, click on those special links, and if you're a new player, you will get 100,000 silver plus one free champion, the Death Chanter. All of this treasure will be waiting for you here, and the rewards will only be available for the next 30 days for new players. Good luck, guys, and I will see you there. And as always, a big thank you to Raid for sponsoring the video, and a big thank you to you guys for checking out the links and also checking out the game. Without their support, I definitely could not be doing this full time, so I really do appreciate them, and let's go ahead and get into today's video. 3,000 Terror Dogs. You know, I wanted to kill 3,000 instead of 1,000 for this video just because of the mechanics of this monster. As you can see, just sitting in this room, they all just come up to you and start attacking you right away, and it does not take that long to kill them at all. The fact that they're only 82 HP and I was using a whip with full max strength as well as the divine super combat potion meant that these were going to be killed pretty quickly, and especially the fact that they're all going to be surrounding you and they're all going to be attacking you at the same time means that the kills per hour for me were roughly 120. Now, that was an hour where there was no clue scroll drops, and that was actually the only hour where there was no clue scroll drops, because as you can see, we did get one pretty early on, with the drop rate of the hard clue here being 1 in 128, as it is with many other monsters. And speaking of 1 in 128, there is another drop that has those odds, this one being the Granite Helmet, at a staggering price of just shy of 32k. This helmet is no joke. Well, it does look a little funny, but either way, it does go kind of good with bandos. You know, you got the gray on gray action there. And through this video, you guys will see a ton of Granite Helm drops, and it was cool to explore this. You know, I've never killed a Terror Dog in my life before this video. And here we have a Rune Spear drop, which is a 1 in 3,100 with that Ring of Wealth equipped. And of course, we did have the Ring of Wealth equipped the whole entire time because you will see a lot of coin drops from these guys. So always important to bring that alongside you. And if you're curious as to how to get to this location, you simply use a Slayer ring and you teleport to Tarn's lair. This is the fastest way to reach this room. You just have to go north one room, just one click, and you're here. So the banking for this video is incredibly fast, which I love because with other monsters, it's not necessarily always like that. If you don't have the Slayer ring unlocked and if you haven't done the mini quest, then you do have to get here by foot, and the trek to the Terror Dogs is highly dangerous, especially for lower levels. It is recommended to bring high healing foods, prayer potions, and dehyde or something like that, maybe graceful. And if you don't have access to protect from magic, you will encounter skeleton mages within the lair, and you have to be on the lookout for them. If you do need help and you go on YouTube and look up Tarn's lair, the greatest guide I can recommend you is Slayer Music 1. He did a whole guide on this area 4 years ago and 4 months ago, so important to look into that. He is awesome, good friend of the channel. And from what I'm looking at on YouTube as well, there isn't a single loot video related to Terror Dogs, but there's a lot of guides on them, so you do have quite a few people up to 10 to 12 years ago making videos just showing Terror Dogs in general, showing a couple kills, and no one really seemed to invest a lot of time here, at least that I know of. You know, sometimes there is a player out there who's killed an incredible amount of something, and I just forget it, so if anyone does know anyone who's camped a lot of Terror Dogs, make sure to let me know. Maybe you yourself have killed a lot of these things. And there's another Rune Spear drop hitting the rare drop table yet again. Now these dogs are first encountered during the mini quest Lair of Tarn Razorlore, which I did a very long time ago and I'm actually unable to remember much about it. But in this mini quest, the player must fight 2 Terror Dogs alongside some animated armor in addition to Tarn Razorlore himself. Hope I'm not butchering the pronunciation. Now upon completion of this mini quest, more Terror Dogs will appear in the room that the player battled the Tarn Razorlore in. This room is multi-combat, so you will be needing to pray melee the whole time, or you're going to be taking some heavy damage because their max hit is an 11, and since a lot of them are always going to be on you, you're going to die very quickly if you don't pray. And that was a nice kill there, a clue scroll and a Granite Helmet in the same drop. Some more information about these Terror Dogs. You know, they are very similar to Hellhounds in that they can hit hard and accurately, but they have very low defense. And it's very important to know that while you're in this room, they do drain your prayer at a rate of 1 point per 2 game ticks, or 50 points per minute, much faster than Barrows. So that is why you guys see 8 Prayer Potion 4s every single inventory alongside that Divine Super Combat, as well as the Saradomin Godsword, because even if you bring prayer gear here, it really won't matter much, and you just have to deal with it. I mean, it's really not that fast. I mean, I never got smited a single time, and I was on 3 accounts, so it does, you know, drain progressively, but not all at once. Throughout this video, I was also seeing quite a bit of long bones and curve bones. I did receive 1 curve bone pretty early on, which is 1 in 5,000, and of course the long bones are still 1 in 400, so that's some nice construction XP, and we'll definitely see how many we get towards the very end. And speaking of the drop table, you know, just looking at the normal drops, the Adamant Full Helm, the Rune Dagger, the Steel Battle Axe alongside the Plate Legs, and of course the mithril items, you know, the Kite Shield, Axe, and Spear. What is the one monster that comes to your mind when all of those items are listed? Well, I'll give you a hint. It looks a lot like the Terror Dog, it's just a little bit bigger. This being the Green Dragon. I'm really not too sure as to why this is. I have started to actually realize that quite a few monsters in this game do share very similar drops, but you'd expect, you know, some drops to be in common, but certainly not all of them. And it seems in regards to Terror Dogs and Green Dragons, all of the drops are the same. They even have the unnoted Bass drop, and of course the unnoted Adamant Ore drop, not to mention the same rate for a hard clue scroll. Although I will say, I don't think you can get curved and long bones as often at Green Dragons as you can at Terror Dogs. And you can also use a cannon at Green Dragons, but you can't use a cannon in this location. You're just unable to, so that's a little unfortunate, especially since it's multi, but you know, you can't get your way all the time. So if you do have it, I do recommend that you bring a Bone Crusher, as well as a Herb Sack and a Gem Bag. The Bone Crusher isn't necessary, but you do get 15 prayer XP per kill, and you know, 3,000 kills, that's 45k prayer XP for free, so no reason not to. Only downside of this is that Rune Light won't track every Terror Dog individually, since, you know, the Bone Crusher will ruin that. Now, as it goes for the Herb Sack, you can expect a ton of herb drops from these dogs, mostly low tier, but I did actually pick up every single one of them. High tier, low tier didn't really matter to me. And here we have the second curve bone in 2,400 kills as we are coming to a close clues here. A lot of long bones on top of the curved, and a ton of hard clues and granite helms adding up as well. The clue scrolls were definitely the highlight for this video. I was really looking forward to seeing how many hards I could get, and also all the master clues that I would get alongside those. And I did see in the comment section of the last video that you guys want to see some live commentary, so what I did was, when I was opening up all the clue scrolls, or maybe it was just the master clues, but either way, I did end up doing live commentary for the end of the video, so I hope you guys enjoy that. If you yourself decide to kill these things, I do recommend you bring high alchs. Don't be like me and pick up all these weird items that are worth absolutely nothing. Save yourself a lot of time, bring some high alchs, make some money. Although, you do have to spend a decent amount in prayer potions, but that's just the mechanics. There's nothing you can do to change that. Also important to mention that I only tried melee here. I didn't use a blowpipe with Armadil or anything, so maybe you can use range here, but personally I just went with melee. I'm sure range would work fine though, but you might be spending a little bit more money on supplies then. And here we are. Loot from 3,000 terror dogs has been completed, and I gotta be honest, this one was actually really fun. I always love a laid back monster that's fast to kill, good XP, decent drops, and especially since it's Slayer related, you know, 100 videos later and we're still killing Slayer monsters. Nice to have some left, even the ones that aren't that popular and that aren't boss related. Well, here we are. It is time to price check all of the normal drops from 3,000 terror dogs, and then we will go ahead and open up 25 hard clue scrolls. So it looks like overall we got 20 granite full helms, 2,000 natures, 16,000 waters, 163k cash from the Ring of Wealth. Probably made 200k in just the armor pieces that, you know, ideally you should alch. And the very first price check does come out to be rounded up 1.8 million. 700k just from the granite helms. That's awesome to see. We still have one more price check to do. This is now going to be all of the herbs as well as the tooth and loop keys, and then we will start on the clue scrolls after that. But the main value that you can get from the herbs here, as I mentioned, there's so many low tier ones. Most of the price check with this one, 430k overall, comes from the Renars. So 400k from the second price check, which does mean that the overall loot from 3,000 terror dogs comes out to be 2.2 million, plus the long bones and the curve bones. And while that may sound somewhat decent, I think I was close to spending just about that on prayer potions, so there's not much profit from the overall loot. You know, this is more so a Slayer task than it is a money maker. However, now it is time to open up all the hard clues and see what the real profit is gonna be, and when we get to the master clues, that is when the live commentary will come into effect, and that's in just about 1 minute. So hope you guys enjoy that, and if you do, let me know and I'll try to do live commentary more often. You know, there's no reason as to why I can't do live commentary, I just never really know what to say in the moment, you know, so that's kind of my flaw, but it's much easier with clue scrolls. So as you can see though, we did unlock one master clue, and on the very next clue we did get another master. So 17 hard clue scrolls left to open and 2 master caskets already sitting there staring at us, so at least we have those to look forward to. And overall the loot from the clue scrolls is pretty above average. I'm seeing a lot of 100k and a couple pages here and there. Wish I had the page RNG on this account that I do on my Iron Man account. And if you ever get assigned terror dogs in the future and you're not a big fan of the drop table, at least you have the clue scrolls to look forward to. And usually while I edit these videos, I always stare at the wiki page just to double check anything that I might have messed up on. And it says here that the only Slayer master that assigns terror dogs is Vanica. That's really interesting. I wonder why more Slayer masters don't assign them, but maybe that's why you don't see that many videos of terror dogs on YouTube, or you don't hear a lot of people talk about them. Not many people using Vanica these days. And here we have my best hard clue scroll reward of the whole video. It's actually nice to see something above 200k. This one is 900k, Saradomin D-Hide boots. And now that all the hards are opened, we can see how much we made and then get into the masters. So overall 3.5 mil from 25 hard clues. Okay, so here we go, live commentary for the master clue. Let's do it. Alright, 405k from the first one, that's pretty average, and from the second... Oh, it's a mimic. Okay, perfect. Alright, let's go do it. Alright, the mimic is completed. We got some plank, or a plank, there you go. Alright, and we got the mimic chest, so let's go ahead and open it up. See what we get. Alright, and what are we gonna get? 3, 2, 1. Oh. Alright, let's go ahead and open this Mimic casket. Hopefully we get something good. This is the true end of the video here. Good luck to us. 3, 2, 1. Look at that. 5 mil. That's a beautiful reward. Looks like we got an extra 15 manta rays from that Mimic. Wow. But yeah, Occult Ornament Kit. 5 mil from that. That is more than I made this whole video. So that's as it goes for the loot from the Terror Dog. So yeah, that's great to see. Let's go check out the overall bank tab and we'll wrap this up. Okay, and heading into the bank tab here, this is the end result from all that we did. 3,000 Terror Dogs. It's easier to just kind of look at Rune Light for this part, but as you can see here, we have 2 Master Clues, 5.4 mil from that, 25 Hards, 3.5 from that, and of course 3,000 Terror Dogs, just about another 2 mil from that. So overall price check from 3,000 Terror Dogs with everything added up, according to Rune Light, 10.9 mil from 3,000 Terror Dogs. So that is awesome to see. Really happy with the outcome for this video. I really did enjoy them. They were much more fun than I expected. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you all for your continued support, and I will see you in the next one. And until then, Mr. No Sleep out.